In what could have been a wicked twist, A$AP Rocky, singer, rapper, producer, and songwriter, could have ended up in cuffs and thrown behind bars for 24 years. Born and raised in Harlem, Rocky is no stranger to beef, but his rise to fame has taken it to a whole new level.
Rapper A$AP Rocky.
A$AP Rocky's
A$AP Rocky?
A$AP Rocky's
A$AP Rocky is one of the most influential figures in hip-hop.
A$AP Rocky, whose real name is Rakim Mayers, began his career as a rapper as part of A$AP Mob.
Since 2011, the Harlem collective A$AP Mob has been running through hip-hop with style and grace, bringing the sounds of 125th and Lenox worldwide.
A hip-hop collective formed in 2006 in Harlem. Rocky joined the group in 2007, and he became friends with A$AP Relly, who had become a tool for his downfall. Relly, whose real name is Terrell Efron, was a former member of the A$AP Mob collective and a good friend of Rocky. All that turned sour when Rocky started becoming famous. Their relationship became sour and erupted in flames in 2021. One night in November 2021, A$AP Rocky and Relly were in Hollywood together with some other A$AP members. All that turned toxic when they broke wide. It's reported that Rocky fired warning shots. Relly says those shots left him with minor injuries.
He is accused of firing a gun during a confrontation with his former friend, Terrell Efron, also known as A$AP Relly, in Hollywood.
Relly accused Rocky, whose real name is Rakim Mayers, of firing a gun at him on November 6, 2021, during a public dispute on a Hollywood sidewalk.
This led to Rocky's arrest in April 2022. He was granted bail, but the matter was far from over. Relly filed a lawsuit and a trial ensued, starting in January 2025. Following Relly's strong argument, Rocky could have ended up with 24 years behind bars, tarnishing the career he worked hard to build for over 10 years. However, that turned out not to be the case, and there are a lot of factors to thank for that. Apart from his excellent defense team, the kind witnesses, and Rocky's confidence in his innocence, the gun used in question was another saving grace. According to Rocky and a number of witnesses, what Rocky fired that night was a warning shot, and it was to warn off Relly, who was attacking another A$AP member. Plus, the gun was a prop gun, incapable of firing live shots. Before that time, Rocky had been the victim of assaults, like the time he was stabbed in 2018. Since then, he had to carry prop guns for security reasons. He is always surrounded and flanked by security guards as well. Keeping it 100, that night, he was lucky to have that prop gun to protect himself from whatever tricks Relly had up his sleeves. In fact, thanks to his defense team, the real motive behind Relly's lawsuit was revealed. Apparently, Relly is a jealous and toxic friend, and the defense team was able to prove it. Remember that their relationship started to fall apart after Rocky became famous. Relly didn't like that, and a gang of text messages between him and another A$AP member proved this. The truth was, he wanted to milk Rocky. Initially, Rocky was given the chance to opt for a plea trial where he'd end up with a few months in jail and pay some fines. However, Rocky insisted that he wasn't guilty and opted for a real trial. If things had gone the plea trial way, Relly would have his bag by now. But Rocky's confidence in his innocence ruined that dream. How desperate do you need to be to come at your friend with such caught in 4K tactics? Thankfully, not only the defense team, but the witnesses stood against Relly's game. Other members of A$AP Mob that were present that night, especially A$AP 12, testified that the gun was a starter pistol. He also testified that Rocky fired it as a warning shot as Relly was attacking another member of the group. Plus, he mentioned that Relly, as well as himself, were fully aware that the gun was a fake. Relly was reported saying, "Shoot me with that fake-ass gun." So he was aware the gun could do no harm. He was aware Rocky meant no harm. He was fully aware that he was in the wrong. All this time, he was aware of the truth. Another member, A$AP Lou, also testified that a gun found in Rocky's home belonged to him and not the rapper. The Glock 43 magazine was found in Rocky's house during an investigative raid.
I took everything except for one magazine. It was a Glock 43 magazine.
Okay. Now, do you own a Glock 43?
I do not.
All right. So why did you have a Glock 43 magazine?
So when I purchased my Glock 42, and I was at the gun shop buying accessories for it, more magazines. I had mistakenly grabbed the Glock 43 magazine.
It was remarkable that none of the ASAP members stood in support of Relly. That goes to show the kind of person he is and the kind of person Rocky is. It is the confidence in Rocky's personality that made the defense team's work very easy. Many sources reported that the trial session was like a battlefield. Both sides came with full force, so much so that the prosecution accused Rocky's lawyer, Joe Tacopina, of intimidating the witness, Relly. Funny enough, Joe wasn't the only one applying pressure on the witnesses. The prosecution also played their part well, even going as far as asking irrelevant questions like what OG, a creative agency founded by Rocky, means. They were aggressively looking for slips, but they came up empty. And it's good to note, yes, Joe Tacopina was also on the defense team for Donald Trump in his case against Stormy Daniels, the adult actress.
One attorney that is expected to join the defense team, his name might sound familiar, may look familiar to you, Joe Tacopina. He was defending former President Donald Trump.
Finally, one other thing stood out throughout this trying time for Rocky. He had the full support and love of his partner, Rihanna. The two got together in 2020 and have welcomed 2 children. Rihanna showed up multiple times during the proceedings and even brought the kids with her on one occasion. When Rocky was pronounced not guilty, they were overwhelmed with tears. He was seen making a beeline into Rihanna's arms where she was seated between his mother and sister.
The jury announced their decision. As you saw, a joyful Rocky jumped over the courtroom rail and into the arms of his partner, singer Rihanna.
Their romance is still going strong 5 years in. This acquittal is very important for Rocky as he has a busy year ahead of him. For the first time since his debut in 2011, he will be releasing his first solo album in 2025. He also co-headlined the Los Angeles Rolling Loud Festival in March of 2025. Plus, as an actor, he'll be co-starring in Spike Lee's new summer blockbuster movie, Highest to Lowest, alongside Denzel Washington. And that's not all. His OG Collective is hitting insane collaborations with brands like Mercedes-Benz and Puma. His status as a fashion icon will also be cemented at the 2025 Met Gala, which he will co-chair with the likes of Anna Wintour, Lewis Hamilton, Pharrell Williams, and LeBron James. With such an intense schedule, jail time would have crimped his calendar. After the verdict, Rocky thanked the 12-member jury for saving his life. He also thanked the fans and witnesses for their support. He stood side by side with Rihanna in all of this. The felony assault trial was followed worldwide, and few are skeptical of the verdict. The defense team was the happiest in the room. Joe expressed his love for Rocky and his confidence in his personality. It made their work very easy, and they could see through the prosecution's game. So what do you think? Are you impressed by the turnout of the verdict? What is your opinion on Relly's stand? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button for more deep dives into the biggest power moves in entertainment.